Mikhail Gorbachev arrived in Ottawa this afternoon, and by this evening he had charmed politicians and the people of the capital alike. The man who captured the world's imagination is making a brief stopover in Canada before his summit meeting in Washington later this week. His trip here is described as low-key, but even though no major announcements are expected, the visit is still causing major excitement. Craig Oliver reports.
The Glasnost and Perestroika show comes to Ottawa and packs them in. The Soviet president and wife Raisa took an evening stroll on the Spark Street Mall. If his popularity is plummeting at home, Mikhail Gorbachev is still capable of turning on Gorbymania here in the Canadian capital. Earlier, just like any tourists except for dozens of security men and aides, the Gorbachevs went to see other sights of the capital. For his noon arrival, the Canadian government laid on the full ceremonial accorded a head of state. Though his 29-hour visit is in some respects a rest stop to get over the jet lag before he meets President George Bush in Washington, Gorbachev will spend upwards of 4 hours in one-on-one talks with the Prime Minister. And as the Governor General acknowledged in welcoming remarks, this is the man who single-handedly is sweeping away the Cold War map of Europe.
New ties are being forged within the context of changed East-West relations, which I believe have been fundamentally and irreversibly altered. Certainly, the work of broadening the scope and increasing the depth of our contacts must continue to the benefit of both our countries.
Hundreds of flag-waving school children sent him off from the airport. Gorbachev's first official function was lunch with the Prime Minister and Mrs. Mulroney. Unpopular economic policies and crises in national unity give the two men a lot to talk about right now. Canadian officials privately express fears about Gorbachev's survival. After External Affairs Minister Joe Clark and his Soviet counterpart Edward Shevardnadze held their first bilateral meeting, the Soviet foreign minister was asked whether Gorbachev's authority is dissolving, as some claim.
Well, I can't sense any weakening of the president's position, and I work day to day close to him in Moscow, and I don't think I can say that I have that feeling of weakening.
The Soviet leader leaves for Washington Wednesday afternoon. Before he does, Canadian officials hope they can corner Gorbachev long enough to discuss NATO, reunification of Germany, and future wheat sales from Canada. Craig Oliver, CTV News in Ottawa.